And so that they're the two kind of unfriendly interactions that I've had.
Okay, so as well as someone who's interacted, you're also a researcher. I'm going to take a call, and we've got a question for you. Let's move to Red Dog in Birmingham. Do you have a question for Tony Topping, Red Dog?
Yeah, I've got two quick questions, if that's okay with you, Nick.
Okay, yeah.
First of all, nice talking to you, Tony.
Hello, mate, go on.
First of all, what do you think the main purpose of their interactions with humans are?
The main purpose could be, unsure, but the main purpose could be a nature of genetics. With some of us, it's about maybe what is to come in humanity's future and our place in that future. That's for my experiences. For somebody else, you could have different experiences of them, but they are my experiences of what's going on.
Right, I fully understand.
Okay, and what's your second question?
I've got a second question. I'd like you to be as brutally honest as you can with this, please, Tony, if that's okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
What is the single most earth-shattering truth you think you've learned from your experiences with these beings?
Ourselves from the future are part of the component element of these UFOs that are flying around us.
So we're related to these things?
Ourselves from the future, yeah.
Red Dog, listen, thanks for that. Red Dog in Birmingham. So do you believe that then, that we are... Because I've got quite a lot of questions about that on the text. It seems to be the most sort of popular UFO theory at the moment.
It is, Nick. You won't probably find it in mainstream UFO literature, but there is out there ourselves, possibly thousands of years ahead, that would look totally alien to us if we're looking back at us from that point on a particular timeline, looking back at us. So part of these UFOs that you see around are possibly ourselves from a future date, thousands of years ahead.
Wow, like in the Terminator.
Yes. No.
So they're literally,
like in the
they're literally like UFOs from the future,
yes,
coming back to visit us. So they're us from the future.
Yes.
Amy was chipping in. Amy, your question, what was that?
I was just thinking, like, you know how you said the helicopters are following you and stuff like that,
yeah.
Tony? Why do you think specifically they're following you? Do you think it's because they know that you've had all these sightings and stuff, or?
Yes, I'm closely monitored because there's a possible rare genetic quirk in me that makes them interested. But not only that, they're also observing why as well. So they're observing why are these things coming over. So they're closely watching. The thing that bothers me, Amy, is the harassment element of it all. Certain people like myself have been harassed by groups of people within the intelligence services, although I hasten to add, not the intelligence services that go out and deal with Al-Qaeda and stop bombings and all that kind of thing. They're very brave men and women. We're talking about an unaccountable component within that structure that knows this information about UFOs but keeps it quiet.
Okay, so listen, I got another question here. This is from Darren, and it says, could you ask your guest, what are the chances, if I was to spend a couple of nights looking at the skies, that I'd see a UFO myself?
Ooh, I would say 50-50.
Really? As high as that?
As high, yeah, as high as that. As high as that, I would say, Nick, yeah.
So it's not odds on, because,
no.
I mean, I spent a little bit of time with the telescope looking at the moon.
Yeah.
But I was disappointed that I saw a bird. I didn't see any UFOs. I've yet to see one, but after talking to you, Tony, I'm not sure if I do want to see one. I think I'd quite like to avoid it.
You've got to remember, Nick, that there is a distortion of the picture of what goes on with these UFOs. There is an element beyond our normal government that you see controlling this information that would want you to believe that all these UFOs are frightening, that would want in the media and in the film industry, they promote these UFOs and aliens as frightening things that are here to destroy us, when in fact nothing could possibly be further from the truth. This is a small percentage kind of hostile element that you're dealing with, and it shouldn't distort from governments moving to disclosing more about the subject.
Okay, well listen, final question here. This is from Zav in Redditch. It says, what I don't understand is, why have these UFOs and aliens and stuff, if they exist, not shown themselves yet? I want the truth. No excuses. I want them to land tomorrow outside number 10.
Yeah, it is a tricky question, is that one. And I do believe that the governments, both the US and the UK governments are actually, and maybe Canadian governments, are actually speaking to them at the moment. It doesn't work like that. Real life, Nick, and what goes on with UFOs and behind the people behind them is entirely far removed from what your radio station or a media station reports on it or what people perceive when you're actually involved with it.
So you're saying literally you believe that extraterrestrials are literally talking to the governments and kind of having conferences like at the UN, stuff like that?
I wouldn't be as sweeping as that, Nick. You're probably talking about a very discreet liaison going on, possibly within the security infrastructure of our military, with like a special project liaison group that is kind of like doing back-engineered technology with these objects and learning what they can from them.
Okay.
And they would be daft not to. If you're the most powerful military machine in the world, you would be daft not to communicate with them.
Okay, listen, Tony Topping, I've met you in person when we did the TV show. I want to thank you for joining us on the show tonight. We've put the YouTube video, his latest YouTube video, on the Kerrang website, www.kerrangradio.co.uk. Fascinating bloke. It's Kerrang, it's the night before. Have a bit of this.